Today I'm meeting with my good friend Nate Tate. He and I used to work together when Fearing's first opened in '07, and he was fantastic. I knew as soon as he started with me that Nate was going to be somebody.
The best thing about working for Dean is his attitude and that he really cares. Dean really just taught me how to season food properly. I think before I worked there, I could cook food well, but I hadn't quite mastered seasoning food.
Well, the whole theme of Nate and I cooking is that we're using Gulf shrimp. And I came up with the Cowboy shrimp dish, which is, I think, a rustic Texas-style dish. And he came up with the pickled shrimp dish, which I think is also, in its own way, a very Texas-style dish.
So I'm doing my version of a classic southern pickled shrimp. First thing I start with is the pickling base. I toast a lot of hard spices, coriander, celery seed, allspice, get those nice and toasty. Then we go in with some olive oil, lemon juice, white wine vinegar, some fresh herbs, onions, and I like to let that marinate overnight if possible. So after the shrimp have marinated, then I like to add the fresh herbs and fresh fruit so it doesn't break it down and keeps it nice and light and bright. After that, the dish is ready to plate.
Today, I'm going to be doing a Cowboy shrimp over jalapeno grits. And it's a rustic dish. And what I love about this dish is the fact that it is one pan. So you start with a hot pan. I'm using a cast iron pan that my grandmother handed down to me, which is the best flavoring pan for these kind of dishes. We add the shrimp, we season it with salt and pepper, then we start to add all of our garnishes. And starting with onion and garlic, going into jalapenos, tomatoes, little cumin, cooked bacon. We stir that all together and we let it saute in the pan with the shrimp. Then we finish it with cilantro, Cotija cheese. Then we add our thickened chicken stock. We're gonna finish it with lime juice and spoon it over beautiful grits. So basically, it's like the Texas version of shrimp and grits. Nate, 2 dishes with Gulf shrimp. Doesn't get any better than this. Hot and cold, I love it.
First bite, I get the lime, and then just the nice shrimpy brininess with the Gulf shrimp.
The hard spices do add a little punch to this.
Little punch, huh?
The first thing I tasted was the hard spices, and it just burst in your mouth, which was really interesting. Nate, thank you so much for coming to the house and cooking.
It's my pleasure. Great.
Unbelievable dish. I'm definitely using this at the house this summer, nice. That's for sure.
And your dish is just so soulful and just kind of speaks to everything you do, Texas ingredients, and it's delicious.
Well, thank you, buddy.
Warms your heart.
Sure does.
Thanks a lot, man.
Great to have you.